Hello, right, week 4 on the way to Bluebell. Can't wait to get down there this week. For some reason it feels a bit different. I just feel a bit like something could really happen this week. So as you know, if you've been following in the previous weeks, the first 3 weeks down promoting this new bait, I haven't blanked yet, so happy days. I've had 5 fish in 3 weeks, so I'm over the moon. From Swan with a low stock, heavy pressure day ticket water, do you know what I mean? So I'm more than happy with 5 fish with the amount of time I've been there. I'm only doing 2 nights a week, which isn't really a lot on a lake like Swan. So I'm very happy with what I've had so far, especially with that nice 30 and magical fish. Fish dreams are made of. But so what's going on? Let me explain this to you. There's a lot of time bandits down there at the minute. They've got a load of new members, and obviously I'm paying day ticket prices now, so you know, squeezing in 2 days here and there, that's all I can really do right now. But there's a lot of time bandits down there at the minute who are sitting down there sort of 4, 5, 6 nights, and they're not doing that great. They're picking off the odd fish, nothing amazing, but not only are they sitting down there for 4 or 5 nights at a time, they're stitching pegs up, so when they go home their mate comes and jumps in a peg, which is a massive advantage. You know, they're keeping the bait raining through, keeping the pegs topped up. It's a bit unfair on the other anglers, but me not being about, there's not a lot really I can say. So I'm just trying to give them a taste of their own medicine now and keep a good bait going in sort of close by, or in a peg where even it's not really doing many fish. And I'm just going to keep the bait going in there for over the next 2 or 3 weeks and try and draw the fish to me. Try and give them something they ain't had before. That's what this is about. And show these little time bandits 2 nights is more than enough to get what fish you want on the bank. But I'm on the way down now. I just went past Monks. Look out there. Not long just been past Monks, which is my syndicate for the year again. Straight past, straight to Bluebell. Happy days. I'll see you then for an update. Right, I spoke to you earlier when I was on the van on the way down. It's 7:30. I'm finally here. The rods are finally out. And look, I'm in a different peg. And wow, you can't see that from there. Fish just rolled on one of my spots. Can you believe it? I've just put that rod out probably 30 minutes ago. Put the bait in about 2 hours ago, put the rod in 30 minutes ago, and I've got some fishing going on. This is unreal. Talk about the right choices at the right time. So you can see I haven't fished this peg in the previous weeks. Sorry if that looks a bit dark out there. That's a bit funny lighting. As soon as I get back here it's fine. So you can see I haven't fished this peg before. I had the chance to get in the peg that I've been in the previous weeks, and I chose not to. Strangely enough, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. So you can see I'm still not cleaned up. Rod holder's still laying about. I'll have a good tidy up in a minute. Spod rod's still clipping up. Stick, pod. I'm a messy little bugger, ain't I? The only thing that's chilled out right now is Merce. Merce, say hello. Look at her new bed. She loves it. Merce, what is it? Okay, yeah, she's tucked up nice. Crap all over my floors, which I'm about to tidy up now. But I thought I'd give you a quick update while it's nice and light. So, I had the chance to get in the peg that I've had 5 fish from now. I chose not to. It was free for the first time. Can you believe it? Just walking down here now, and look. Can you believe it? Can you see that, guys? There's no bivvy there. But I chose not to. After all the bait I put in there and some cracking fish I've had out of it, it didn't feel right. I've seen 1 or 2 fish up here, but I've chose a different peg. It's about 4 or 5 pegs up, I guess. I've just seen last week and the week before, I've seen a lot of smaller fish up here, sort of 20s, maybe to upper doubles. And let's see, nice ones over there. I figure I've seen a lot of lumps just coming up just up the way where I am now. So I drove straight past the peg. Well, I didn't, I stopped, had a quick look, jumped back in the van and got round here. Do you know what? And I feel lucky. I feel like something could really happen. And this is the difference between me and other anglers. Other anglers might have jumped back in on their old spots there. And to be fair, other anglers might not have been as persistent with that spot. But I've chose to come and try and start something new. And also what I don't often do very often is 2 of the rods have pop-ups on. Oh, hold on. Sorry, excuse me. So I've only got 1 bottom bait out and 2 pop-ups. And I very, very rarely fish pop-ups at Swan because they've been absolutely creamed on it early in the year. People go chod mad here, so I tend to pin them to the bottom. Fish are clever, very rig shy, line shy, but it just felt right. One of the spots on the left hand rod there, I'm only about 8-9 wraps out. It felt too soft to put a bottom bait on, to be fair, I think, and I want to be fishing tonight. So I was a bit unsure, so I lengthened the rig a little bit and put an 8-inch rig out with a pop-up on. And now I know I'm fishing no matter what. Even if half that rig is buried in deep silks, that spot hasn't been fished for so long, then I know I'm still fishing. Out there should I say, I'm about 15 wraps or so out. Not too far, but real comfortable fishing. I prefer fishing that than close in. It's just such a comfortable range. Even with the fluorocarbon 17 pound and that, it's just so comfortable. Barely need to make recasts. They just go out first time every time. It's just a wrap that I'm so familiar with that I just go out first time always. And they did. They both went out first. Actually, all 3 rods went out first time perfectly. I'm 100% fishing. They couldn't be cast out or fishing any better than they are now. So now comes the waiting game. I've set the traps, I've put some good bait out, what I've been using for a little while. I've added a few extra little secrets to my mix. I'm not going to give my secrets away. And I'm certainly not going to be showing anyone my rigs, so let's just clear that up over the next few weeks. I'm very rig shy. I can't have everyone catching £40 fish on day ticket waters. I've got to keep my edges to myself. I do show a lot, but I keep back a lot too, I'm not going to lie. The stuff I keep back probably take 10 years to maybe learn, and even then you probably never even ever see it. I'm very different, I fish different, that's why I catch different, and yeah, so it's looking good. It's coming into the evening now, the rods are settled. The 2 long rods, I've got that on a double spot out there. They went in about an hour and a quarter ago now, they've been out there. And the other rod just about half hour ago, the close in rod. So you never know, a bite could be rocking, the bait's rocking. I know they're eating the bait, and the thing is, I'm not a million miles away where I've been putting a lot of bait in. So last week, you know, I'd done a night in the stumps, and I moved back up here and I had that nice common, didn't I? So I put a lot of bait in the stumps, and it's the same mix and the same boilie that I've been using up this end. And I put a lot of it in now, so I put 2 10-litre buckets in total. So this is my 4th week, and I've done 2 10 litres. And so they're obviously eating it. So I just hope a few of the bigger gals have eaten some of it, and I'll get their heads down on it tonight, because once they start, they will not stop. I'm pretty confident in the bait. I'm confident if the fish move in where I am, I can get bites. Also, I'll mention that spot that I've had fished in the last couple of weeks. There was one spot in particular, it was doing my head in. It was about 8 wraps out. Started off really soft, but it continued to remain really soft, and I couldn't work things out on this one spot. And it's a spot I actually fished a little, not fished, but baited up a little bit last year. There was fizzing up on it every week I come, like almost like daily, but yeah, I couldn't get a bite off it, and it just done my head in. So if I do ever fish that pig again, I've scrapped that spot now, and I've actually found an even nicer spot. I'll keep the double rod spot because that's produced 4 fish now. So sorry guys, I'm waving off there talking rubbish. There you go, camera's all over the place. So yeah, it's coming in tonight now. I'm going to kick back and finally have a cup of tea after the journey down. Rods always come first, then babies are out. Well, to be fair, bait comes first. Get the bait in. There you go. Did you see that? Did you see that? Yes. Right on the spot. Okay, it's about 10 yards on the back of my spot, to be honest. That's the third time I've seen it do it though, so it might be on a bit of old bait. But it's not a million miles away from my hook bait, so that comes towards me about 7 to 10 yards. Come and get your head down and have a good feast. Got the trap set ready. But it's a lovely night. It's week 4. I'm going to keep you guys updated continuously. You're gonna see me finish my little mini campaign on here. I'm trying my hardest here. I haven't blanked yet. 3 weeks, 5 fish. Really happy with what I caught. Fish are really heavily spawned out, some of them, but some of them that went earlier in the year, spawned 5-6 weeks ago now, they're really putting the weight back on. And they're the ones I'm after now. Some of the original old school swan fish. Just one will do me. I'm not greedy. I will add, there you go, and again, did you see that? Did you see the head roll? Oh, that was a nice common, probably about mid 20 to maybe low 30. Somewhere in that range. Not a massive fish. It's definitely mid 20 plus. Bigger than the one I've seen previous. So, sorry if the camera looks a bit dull. Oh, there you go. There, sorry, there we go. Just moving the camera slightly makes it a bit lighter for some reason. Let's see if it pops his little head up again. So I don't know if you've heard me, if you haven't followed me in previous weeks, once I leave here I'm going straight to Monk's Pit, and I'm doing a 6-week mini campaign on there with this new bait. I thought I'd start with swan first, being they had spawned in on Monks, and they got it out of the way pretty early on here, the originals. And we all know we try not to fish for spawning fish if we can help it. And so I thought I'd try a real hard lake, day ticket water that sees a lot of bait, a lot of lines, a lot of pressure, just to prove this bait can catch anywhere. I mean, if you can catch here on it, you can catch anywhere. I'm not going to just fish some runs water full of 20s and upper doubles and start hauling and be like, look at this bait, or this, you know, because when you got fish competing like that, they'll eat anything. These fish in here can afford to be picky. There's bait in every peg, pretty much, and I will add, it is pretty busy. As usual, the last 3 or 4 weeks I've been here, it has been heaving. I've never seen a place so busy, and that is because kingfisher, well, people are saying kingfisher's unfishable. Me myself, if I hadn't have had all what I wanted out of kingfisher, I'd be straight over there with a weed rake, and I'd create my own pegs and my own spots. I really don't know, it does me head in. People are saying, Gareth, it's unfishable. Get over there and get a bloody rake in there and rake your peg out. You're losing out, the fish are untouched. Do you know what I mean? Instead everyone's coming over here and fishing for 65 to 70 fish, you know, that is just getting crammed full of bait. Look at that sky. Fish. Well, I had that one magic fish, that 30, but I'm here for an 18 member. And I don't know, we're 2 weeks left. Well, this session, and I've got 2 weeks left after this session. I feel like it's possible, but you know, it is swan, like I always say. It has its moments where it just won't do a fish for weeks. But I'm hoping I've got my best tactics out there. I'm fishing to my best capability. My watercraft's on point, I hope. Well, it is, because I've already seen, well, 2 different fish roll on one spot, and a bit of fizzing up out there when I had the chance to get back on old bait, and I decided not to. And you see, it's not a very spacious peg. Sorry guys, let me zoom out. It's not the most spacious of pegs, but it is nice. I got my own privacy, no one's too close. I will say this, I will whisper, it is plonker central. I'm talking quite low because I've got plonkers all around me. I've never seen so many plonkers on here at once, and I'm saying that in the way that I've just seen a guy put a marker float out 20 wraps across and fishing the other side and spomming out to it when this is not the widest part of the lake, by the way, guys. You know, fishing 20 odd wraps is okay in the wide part, but and like basically dead opposite someone, there's just no respect. Old mate is looking at his mark. Basically he's fishing. See him across there with his bivvy? Let me try and get the right light in. There we go. Can you see that bivvy there? This guy next to me over here is fishing his water from this bank, which is just so disrespectful, it's unreal. I can't believe our mate ain't shouted over or done nothing about it, because if that was me, I'd be hollering. I mean, I don't know if you can pick the marker float up. Look, he's still got it out there, can you believe it? Let me see what, there you go. There you go. Look at it. No reason to be that far out. If you want to be that far out, go move peg. That's what I mean. I can't understand these people. And then I had a guy also, look at the gulls, what's he feeding over there? Is he putting floaters in? And then the guy next to me earlier, he's an absolute Herbert. He's got bloody the tiniest reels I've ever seen in my life with 2 pound test curve rods. He puts a 2 ounce lead in like it's a 6 ounce lead. Oh, look at that, another fish. Yes, come on baby. And he comes to my peg as I'm spomming out. Oh, I think your rods are a bit too close to mine. I said, mate, I'm fishing dead out in front, which I am, straight onto that tree. I said, stand there while I finish spomming out, let me put this spom out. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, it's deceiving. I was like, yeah, it is deceiving. And then I've seen him cast out. He's only fishing 30 yards out. I'm fishing 60 yards out for starters. And God, I can't understand some people. But anyway, more to the point, let me get back to why I'm in this peg. The littlest things can make a massive difference on these day ticket wars, and them things being, the guy next to me is only fishing 2 rods. I actually told him, I walked past you fishing 2 rods. If you were fishing 4 rods, I wouldn't even have got in here. Because he's fishing 2 rods instead of 4 like a lot of the members fish, that leaves a lot more space for me, and it means less lines in the water. Yeah, he's fishing tight lines, but he's only fishing 30 yards out, so he's nowhere near me, and he's only fishing 2 rods, so it's not too many lines. And I've decided just to stick with 3 rods. Like I said, it's a tight peg. 3 rods is plenty for this peg. If I had one of the bigger pegs, I probably would have paid for the 4th rod for the night. But let's not. So I'll leave you with that, and hopefully when I update you tomorrow, I'll have a fish in the sling. Fingers crossed, eh? Right, can you believe it? It's the first night of the trip. Within 2.5 hours I've got a good fish. I can't believe it. It just roared off. I was just saying night to the missus, and all of a sudden it just tore off. It feels heavy. It looks spawned out, but it feels heavy. I'm losing light fast, so I thought I'd quickly show you guys. I can get some night shots later when it's a bit dark, but the record's pretty bad on this camera. Just make sure you can sort of see me. Sorry, light's dropping. Let's have a quick way with her. Tell you what it is. Oh God! It's up a 38. I think 30, 38 and a half, maybe a little bit more. There we go. Oh, just under 39 pounds. An ounce under 39. Let me just weigh her one more time, just to make sure I'm right. It's a big fish, either way, it's heavy. Up we go. 1 ounce under 39. What a monster. It's a big common, by the way. Zip stuck. What time is it to get stuck? Come on, go. There we go. Oh, what a monster. Jesus. It's definitely one of the original swanfish. Could even be an 18 member. Probably is an 18 member. Let me think about it. I'll think about it after and check the pictures. It's a giant fish. Oh, I think it could be one of the 40s spawned out. Look at that. There, if you can see her. I'll get some better shots. That's a big common. Jesus. You can't really see, it's dark. You'll have to just settle for more for shots, because I'll be able to use the flash and stuff. Look at that. Let me check, see, there's nothing I can do with that. Give her one more little hold. It's got a bit lighter, a bit better for you guys. Look at that. There's a beast. Hold her up properly. Yes. Awesome. Look how thick she is. My first night down. Changed new pegs. There you go. Put her out. It's a big fish. Yeah. Right guys, for now, I'll make sure you guys get to see the full pictures in daylight with the flash on. I'm going to slip her back in the sling now for 10 minutes and get some pictures done in a minute. I hope you guys have seen enough of her for now. Wow, what a beast. So if she's nearly 39 pounds, jeez, I'm buzzing. What a run. I thought it was a cat. So she's 39, it's one of the 40s, mate. People, it's one of the 40s, I think. I think it might be that perfect common. It usually hovers about 41, 42. I could have an 18 member here. Can't believe it. But I'm going to slip her back for 5 minutes and then get some shots.